Hello, Cougar fans, and welcome to the Cougar Sports Network. My name is Sydney Palaskis-Laher, and I am here today to bring this Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference matchup between the Edgewood College Eagles and your Concordia University Chicago Cougars. I'm here on the call today to bring you all the action in our doubleheader. Right now, we got an 11:55 a.m. start time and a beautiful day out at Cougar Field, so we're ready to get started. Let's take a look at who we got out in the field for the Cougars. On the mound is number 26, Ashley Schroll. Behind the plate is number 12, Jessica Gang. From left to right on your screen, we've got number 1, Bella Archuleta at third base. Number 15, Arissa Santos at shortstop. Number 22, Emily Garcia at second base. And number 13, Melissa Hajik over at first. And your outfielders, left field, number 25, Alyssa Contopoulos. Center field is number 11, Olivia Stroker, and right field is number 4, Haley Goldsby. We're going to be throwing down here and getting ready to get going for our action here. Leading off today for the Eagles, number 10, Natalie Fields, a sophomore out of Oak Creek, Wisconsin. As we get underway here. First pitch swinging over the head of Archuleta. And we're going to have a base hit there, a little blooper right over the head of Archuleta. So Fields is going to find herself on first with a single. And now we got number 7, Elizabeth Malarski, coming up to bat.
Now to bat, number 7, Elizabeth Malarski.
Malarski's at a 280 average on the year, 16 games played. She has 7 hits to her name, 1 double and 2 RBIs. She squares the bunt. That ball's in play. Archuleta with the throw to first, and she's got the out. So a sacrifice there. A 5-4 sacrifice, and that's going to move Fields over to second base. So already some movement for the Eagles. Now number 16, Olivia Hebert, coming up to bat for the Eagles.
Now to bat, number 16, Olivia Hebert.
Hebert, top hitter for the Eagles, 436 batting average. The only Eagle on this whole squad with above a 400 who's been consistent in the lineup. And the Eagles already showing that they are not afraid to get going early, as we've got some base runners working. Let's take a look at the Cougar pitcher in the circle, Ashley Schroll. She's got a 3.34 ERA, 8 appearances on the year, 35.2 innings pitch, and a 12 strikeout to 8 walk ratio. As that pitch is high up for ball 1. 1-1 count. This is the first time we've had more than 2 pitches in a bat. So already working quickly here to start off the game. 1-1 count, 1 out here in the top of the first. That ball smoked to left field. Contopoulos in left kind of bobbles it, but she's going to be keeping it there. But we got a ball moving away, pass ball from Jessica Gang, and the Eagles are going to score. So we've got a error on Jessica Gang with a pass ball. We're going to have a timeout already here from head coach Sarah O'Malley-Fisher. Have a little bit of a break here as we're Cougars a little bit off in the beginning of their defense here. Some mistakes out the gate, and the Eagles taking advantage of it early. And they've already got a 1-0 lead to start this game. Head coach O'Malley-Fisher already just trying to get the Cougars to relax a little bit out there. Now we have up to bat number 23, Grace Ott.
Now to bat, number 23, Grace Ott.
First pitch in there is a ball on the outside corner. Eagles now with a runner on second base, 1 out, as they lead 1-0 here in the top of the first. That ball slashed off to the side, but not playable, so we got a 1-1 count now. That ball a little bit low, it looks like, so now we're at 2-1. Ott's got a .389 batting average, 21 hits on the year, 11 RBIs, 4 doubles. As she swings at that one, straight over to Contopoulos. It hits off the wall. We're going to have another Eagle scoring a run here as she loads in a double to left. And the Eagles are just rolling right now with that hit. That's an RBI, too, for Ott. Gracie Hoffman, number 20, now up to bat for the Eagles. That first ball outside. Schroll trying to find where she can get the outside corners of the plate here. Eagles now lead 2-0 in the top of the first. That one's in there for strike one. Great spot from Schroll. 1-1 count now, 1 out here. We get a runner on second for the Eagles as Hoffman looks to make some more damage. Little low on the inside corner. Two and 1 count. That one way out of reach, but Gang with the quick reflexes behind the plate, stopping that ball from going anywhere. Now we're 3-1 count. Hitters count here for Hoffman, exactly where you want to be. We'll see what she does with it. A great spot there from Schroll to get the ground ball to Garcia, and an out at first. Some good work there. Ott does move to third base. So the Eagles do have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here, but now we've got number 2, Elise Marr, coming up to bat. Marr, .318 batting average, 14 hits, 4 doubles, a triple and an RBI, and a home run, to her name. First ball low in the dirt there. Schroll just trying to find the zone with this umpire in the top of the first, but Eagles taking advantage of it very quickly as they take a 2-0 lead. We've got some action out in the Cougar bullpen as well. That's a swing and fouled off a little bit back by us. Not quite to Division Street to start the car counter here on the Cougar Sports Network for our softball games. We do have a hit car counter with how many times the balls do get hit onto Division Street. So keep a lookout for that the rest of your afternoon as we keep track. Hopefully not a lot, because make some real damage. That ball, great spot from Schroll on the inside corner and fouled off, slashed down the right field line. Garcia and Hajik going to get it. This is the first time Schroll's really been ahead in a count here in the top of the first. 1-2 count with 2 outs. Looking to maybe get a chase pitch here on Moorer. And there she does. Great rise ball there to end the inning. So in the top of the first, 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base for the Eagles, but they take a 2-0 lead. And we'll be right back as the Cougars come up to bat on the Cougar Sports Network. We're back here on the Cougar Sports Network. 2-0 lead from the Eagles in the top of the first. They are taking advantage at the start of this game. But now the Cougars are ready to take some damage themselves as number 22, Emily Garcia, comes up to bat. Garcia, 380 on the year. Freshman having a great campaign as that ball's in there for strike one on the outside corner. Garcia, 19 hits, 12 runs scored, a double, 2 triples, and 8 RBIs. Slugging percentage of .480. 2 strikes in a row there from our Eagles pitcher, Tatum Duff. Duff, 3.65 ERA, 2.5 win-loss. She's had 9 appearances, 48 innings pitched with a 14 strikeout to 10 walk ratio. So some great numbers out of Duff as well. Duff is also a junior from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, which most of this Eagles lineup seems to be from either Wisconsin, Indiana, Iowa, or Illinois. Some Midwest kids on this roster as Garcia hits that one to second base and is out 4-3.
Now to bat, number 4, Haley Goldsby.
Now we got Haley Golsey coming up to bat. Your Eagles defense we've got out here. Duff on the mound. We've got Olivia Hebert behind the plate as Golsby swings at the first one she sees. 4-3 put out. And they are working quickly with this Cougars lineup. And Melissa Hajik comes up to bat. But again, back to what we were talking about before. We've got Alyssa Marr at third base. Camden Shepard at shortstop. Jenna Sanchez already seeing 2 balls hit to her as Hajik fouls that one off at second base. Grace Ott at first. Your outfielders, Carly Odezweski out in left. Grace Hoffman in center and Natalie Fields in right. And behind the dish, Olivia Hebert. As Hajik hits that one to third base. It looks like it's going to be an easy 5-3. So a quick inning here for the Eagles as they make some quick work out of the Cougars. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. So we'll be right back as we head to the top of the second on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back to the Cougar Sports Network. If you're just joining us, top of the second, Eagles lead 2-0 here at Cougar Field. We've got number 8, Jenna Sanchez, who had 2 assists in the first inning as she had 2 ground balls hit to her, fielded cleanly. She sees the first pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner from Schroll. Jenna Sanchez, 313 average. She has 15 hits on the year, 4 doubles, 17 RBIs. So really someone that is known for coming in for the Eagles and doing some real damage. So now she's looking to get on base here for her teammates. 1-1 count. That ball hit into center field. It's drifting back, and that ball is out of here. Jenna Sanchez hitting a ball out of the park here at Cougar Field. And that is going to be her first home run of the season. Jenna Sanchez and the Eagles are making their names known here to start off 3-0 in the top of the second. Number 14 now coming up to bat for the Eagles, Camden Shepard.
Number 14, Camden Shepard.
Ball in the outside corner from Schroll. See if she can come back and make her way in it. Really just trying to find the zone again and not miss too many over the plate, as that one skims Shepard's right shoulder, and she's going to take first base. And that's going to bring us to the 9-hole hitter, number 1, Carly Odajewski. She's got a .333 batting average, 14 hits on the year, 1 RBI to her name. So we'll see if they're going to be able to roll over top of this lineup in a positive way. As that she shows bunt, but that's going to be a ball. Everybody's back where they need to be. Cougars moving defensively. One 0 count, still no outs here in the top of the second. Bunt laid out. Archuleta's going to get it over to first base for the out. A really athletic play there from Garcia to keep that ball from going anywhere. So that's going to be a sacrifice. 5-4 put out. But now Shepard's on second base with only 1 out. A great opportunity for the Eagles again as we're rolling back over to the top of the lineup.
Number 10, Natalie Fields.
With number 10, Natalie Fields, who went 1 for 1 so far today. She had a hit to start off the game here for the Eagles. She swings at the first one, barely foul. Just a bit far outside the third base line. Cougar fans are home are happy that one was a foul, because with the speed that Fields has, it's something you want to make sure that you're keeping outside the lines. Schroll with an 0-1 count, 1 out right now in the top of the second. Swings at that one, fouled back, hitting the roof of Grace Lutheran Church behind us. No windows broken, so good thing to hear from our side of stuff. But now Schroll's ahead 0-2 here with 1 out. We'll see what Fields can do with that, or if Schroll's going to take advantage of it. Ball on the outside corner, but Fields doesn't go after it. Good chase pitch from Schroll there, moving to the outside corner. 1-2 count. Shepard's still on second base as that ball, good spot there, and Fields is going to foul it off. Not quite what she wants. Schroll looking down to get her sign. And that ball is going to trickle out to left, but Contopoulos is right on it. Defensively was just ready to go. That's going to be a fly out there to her. So now 2 outs for the Cougars as they look to come back from this 3-0 deficit. And number 7.
Now to bat, number 7, Elizabeth Malarski.
Elizabeth Malarski coming up. So far today, she had a sacrifice to move the runner to start the game. So one of the Eagles that just went for the first pitch she saw, as that ball's going to be inside for strike 1. Good spot out of Schroll. Really looking to hone in on the inside and outside corners with this Eagles batters. As we've seen already, they are willing to hit and swing when they see the one that they like. Great spot again from Schroll as she goes up 0-2. Starting to find her groove a little bit out there in the circle. Shepard still on second base. 0-2 count here. 2 outs in the top of the second. Good idea from Schroll to get a chase pitch, but Malarski's just not going to bite. That pitch, good spot out into right field to Haley Goldsby, and she's going to get the putout. So the Cougars get out of it with just 1 run scored. So 1 run, 1 hit, 1 left on base in the top of the second. The Eagles lead 3-0. So we'll be back in just a second on the Cougar Sports Network. back on the Cougar Sports Network. Quick hit from Jessica Gang to get us started here as she makes a big hit up the middle. And now Arissa Santos coming up to bat here for the Cougars as they look to start this rally. Santos, 353 batting average on the year, 18 hits, 3 doubles, and a home run. As that ball is going to scooch away from Hebert, and Jessica Gang is going to find herself on second. And now the Cougars looking to make some havoc of their own here. 1-0 count in the bottom of the second. Eagles still lead 3-0. That ball's in there for strike one. 1-1 count. That ball fouled off by Santos. 1-2 count now as Duff continues to work well on the mound, commanding the zone, trying to go after these Cougar hitters with strikes as much as possible, not really throwing anything outside of the strike zone. As that one's in the dirt, but Hebert right on top of it, so Gang is going to stay at second base. Arissa Santos is from Moreno Valley, California. So shout out to all of our California viewers here on the Cougar Sports Network, as we know we have a lot. As she swings at that one to foul it off. Santos stepping back in the box, ready to go here. 2-2 count. She swings at that one for strike three. A big strikeout for Duff and the Eagles. Big hitter to get out of the way. As now Bella Archuleta.
Cougars, number 1, Bella Archuleta.
As she steps up here for the Cougars. Archuleta so far this year, 318 batting average, 14 hits, 3 doubles, 5 RBIs. As some Cougar fans may remember, was also in her freshman year, NAC South Freshman of the Year. So Archuleta is known for her work here in the NAC. She swings at that one to foul it back. 1-1 count now on Archuleta. Gang still at second base, as head coach Sarah O'Malley Fisher gives her some tips for stepping back into the box. Ones all across the board. She swings at that one in the dirt. Duff just nasty on that drop ball. Really making it work and getting the Cougars to swing at it. 1-2 count now. And she gets another strikeout back to back. Some great work out of Duff.
On to back to the Cougars, number 9, Gina Westfall.
Now Gina Westfall coming up to bat. Westfall coming back now from an injury that she had a week before the spring break Florida trip. So she's now back in the lineup. Is still waiting on her first hit here of the season. That ball's on the outside corner, just a little too far outside. 1-1 count now for Westfall. Gang still in a great spot to score here for the Cougars. That one called for a strike. I think both Duff and Westfall a little confused there, but nevertheless, I think Duff will take it. 1-2 count now. She's ahead in the count with 2 outs. She swings at that one, popping over the first baseman's head, but foul. So Westfall stays alive. Another pitch. And again, didn't get out to Division Street, so no card counter yet here on the Cougar Sports Network. Nothing yet to report. That one's again slashed off to the side. Assistant coach Izzy Ortiz pretending like she's going to catch it, but just not able to get there. 1-2 count again. Duff so far has thrown 14 strikes on 19 pitches, really just sticking to the zone and trying to get these Cougars out of her way. As that one's off speed to shortstop. We're going to have an interference call on Jessica Gang. So that's going to be it for the bottom of the second, but it looks like Coach Sarah O'Malley Fisher might be having a conversation here with the umpire. Looks like, unfortunately, she's not going to win that, so that's going to be it for the bottom of the second. But we will be right back as the Eagles come back up to bat here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome to the third inning here in Game 1. Cougars and Eagles facing off. Eagles lead 3-0 as Hebert's going to come up to bat for the Eagles. Schroll still in the circle as Hebert's going to swing at that first pitch out to right field to Goldsby. Goldsby gets that cleanly in her glove, and good start there for the Cougars as number 23, Grace Ott's going to come up to bat.
Up to bat for the Eagles, number 23, Grace Ott.
Ott in her first at bat, 1-for-1 with a double and an RBI. Really got some stuff going there for the Eagles in her first at bat. So looking to now start it here as that first ball is low and outside for a ball. Schroll so far really just still trying to find the zone here for herself. As that one's high, but Ott swings at it and hits it out to Stroker in center, and she's going to get that as well. So 2 back-to-back outs for the Cougars. Looking to have a momentum change here as Gracie Hoffman is going to come up to bat.
Up to bat for the Eagles, number 20, Gracie Hoffman.
First pitch swinging right there. Some nasty movement out of Schroll to Hoffman. Hoffman is 0-for-1 so far on the day. So looking to crack something open, get a 2-out rally going here for the Eagles. Swinging, but back. Not onto Division Street again. So the Cars are safe for another pitch. As Schroll goes ahead in the count 0-2 with 2 outs. So that pitch just outside. Some great work back there by Gang to really try and get the call. And some good movement out of Schroll while she's ahead in the count. 1-2 here, 2 outs for the Cougars in the top of the third. A great spot there from Schroll. Gets her swinging, or not swinging, sorry, gets her looking. And that is the first inning that the Cougars have been able to keep the Eagles off the base paths. So we'll look to see what the Cougars can do up to bat here in the bottom of the third when we come back on the Cougars Sports Network. Welcome back to the Cougar Sports Network. Cougars just came off of leaving the Eagles with nothing in the top of the third. First pitch strike there for Contopoulos. That ball's going to be outside. 1-1 count here. Contopoulos, 238 batting average so far in the year, 5 hits, 2 doubles, and 4 RBIs. So that ball's in there for strike 2, 1-2 count now for Contopoulos. Looking to get something started for the Cougars here to get a rally going in the bottom of the third. That one also outside, 2-2 count. That one outside as well. So now we got a full count, 3-2. She swings at that one to foul it off. Three-two count again. Contopoulos in this at bat as she swings at that one down the left field line. Almost hitting head coach Sarah O'Malley Fisher, but quick reflexes from the head coach. And she stays alive again in the 7th pitch of this at bat, now going on the 8th. And that's ball 4 for Contopoulos. A great at bat out of the senior. It's going to bring up the 9-hitter, Olivia Stroker. Stroker so far this year, 179 average, 5 hits, 1 double.
Number 11, Olivia Stroker.
She's going to square on the first one, right back to us. Could have caught that. But the net's in the way, so couldn't catch it right there. But fouling that one back. So 0-1 the count here. We got Contopoulos on first after a great at-bat. That ball's outside. Tries to pick off Contopoulos at first, but got her foot back on the bag, so not quite. 1-1 count now for Stroker. As she swings at that one, now 1-2. Great movement on the outside corner to the lefty right there from Duff. Now a lefty on lefty matchup. As that ball, she gets her again, swinging. And she's going to go down. But now coming up to bat is Emily Garcia, number 22. Emily Garcia's family is here today from California, so looking to make some noise for the fam. Garcia 0 for 1 so far. She swings at the first one she sees right up the middle, back to the pitcher and hits her. A great hit. Eden Pufall coming out of the dugout, fired up. And that's going to bring up Haley Goldsby. So the Cougars already coming up for the second time in the lineup. Not afraid at all to go after what Duff is bringing them, as she is throwing mostly strikes this afternoon. Haley Goldsby coming up to bat now. Squares the bunt, pulls back for ball 1. Goldsby 0 for 1 so far today as well. Had some good plays out there in right field. As Duff comes in and tries to find her strikes here. That one, Goldsby squares but fouls it off behind her. Hebert with the quick hands. Coach Sarah O'Malley Fisher giving her the sign here. Now the runners are getting in as well, so we'll see what the Cougars have got cooked up here. Eagles still leading 3-0 in the bottom of the third. That ball's outside. Attempt of a pickoff play from Hebert to Sanchez, but Contopoulos dives back into the bag, so not quite. Some quick pop time out of Hebert, but Contopoulos was not very far off the base, so was able to get back just in time. 2-1 count now for Goolsby. Squares a bunt again and gets that one down. A beautiful bunt to third base, and everybody's got to be safe. I will say, so far this season, we've seen Haley Goolsby be very good at those. So some great work there from Goolsby, and now the bases are loaded for the Cougars' most dangerous hitter, Melissa Hajik. So far this season, she's a .449. So this is a great position if you're a Cougar fan at home. First ball's low in the dirt. Hajik gonna make Duff come to her. That ball low in the dirt again, so 2-0. Quickly, Hajik taking advantage as Hebert's gonna go out to talk to Duff real quick. Gonna have a little bit of a conversation here. The infield coming in as well to talk to Duff, as now they're gonna go back to their positions here, and Hajik's gonna come up to bat again. 2-0 count, 1 out here. Cougars on every single base you can be on. She's stepping back into the box here. That ball low again, so 3-0 count. Melissa Hajik really just working that zone and not giving her anything on the lower half. Duff brought in a strike there. 3-1 count, still mostly in Hajik's favor, but a little bit better of a position for Duff. 3-1 count, 1 out here. She swings at that one. That's going to be a foul ball. So now we're full count all the way around here for CUC's Hajik. Fun fact, tomorrow is Melissa Hajik's birthday as well. So if you happen to see her, make sure to wish her a happy birthday. So we'll see what the almost birthday girl can do here on this pitch. That ball's inside, and everybody's going to take a base, and that's going to be the first run of the game for the Cougars. Hajik, an incredible at-bat there to get Duff to walk her, and now bringing up Jessica Gang. Gang started off her last at-bat with a scorcher up the middle as she looks at strike one. Gang this season is .370 on the year, 4th highest batting average on the team of the Cougar starters, and made a lot of damage so far. That's strike 2. And now we got an 0-2 count, bases loaded, 1 out. So we'll see if Duff tries to get her low again like she does on some of the other Cougar batters, or where she'll go here. Outside, but Jess is going to hit that out into right. That's 1 Cougar run, as we've got another one coming in to score. So a huge hit from Jessica Gang, and we are all tied up here.
Now for the Cougars, number 15, Arissa Santos.
A huge hit out of Jessica Gang, who also had one of the game-winning hits in the St. Norbert game last weekend. So some great looks from the catcher, as now we have Arissa Santos, the meat of this order, just making a lot of damage. Is it not letting you? That one. Oh, but they're going to let it go foul. Great play there from Maurer. Great look to let that one go. Can you pause me? technical difficulties here on the Cougar Sports Network, but we're going to have a hit by pitch there for Santos. Now we're going to have a little bit of a break here, but some great work so far from the Cougars as they again load the bases. So we're going to take another quick break right here, and we'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back to the Cougar Sports Network. Bella Archuleta coming up to bat again. This Cougars lineup offense after offense. As Bella Archuleta lays down a bunt. A great look. Oh, looks like we've got some calls here that just might not be exactly what they're looking for. A great bunt from Archuleta, but it looks like there's an argument that Ott took her foot off the base after Duff, and they're gonna get the call. So Archuleta with a single bunt, and that's gonna be another run. The Cougars are gonna take the lead 4-3. Some huge work out of the Cougars. And now Gina Westfall up to bat with the bases still juiced. One out here. She swings at the first one she sees. Back to Duff. They're going to go for the double play, and they get it. But not before the Cougars make some real damage. And now with the Cougars leading 4-3, we're going to see what they can do as we come back for the top of the fourth on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back to the Cougar Sports Network. Cougars had an electric bottom of the third as they now lead 4-3 here in the top of the fourth. That ball a little too high, out of reach. Stroll just airing it out there. We've got number 2, Elise Moore, up to bat. So far today, Moore is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That ball's in there for strike one. 1-1 count now from Schroll. She's been working out there on the mound for the Cougars, really finding her zone now. That's strike 2 in there. Great spot from Schroll in the outside corner, really finding her groove now. 1-2 count. We'll see if she'll have her chase again for another strikeout or what she'll look to do here. High pitch, but Moore doesn't bite. 2-2 count now. Two count, no outs here, top of the fourth. Schroll getting another strikeout. Some great work out of her. And now we've got number 8, Jenna Sanchez, coming up to bat.
Back to the Eagles, number 8, Jenna Sanchez.
Sanchez 1 for 1 with her home run she hit. So seeing the ball really well today for herself. First pitch is in there for strike one on the outside corner. Oh, 1 count here, 1 out, top of the fourth. That pitch, little high, but a good spot. And Sanchez doing a great job of laying off that pitch, borderline in the top of the zone. Sanchez a .313 batting average on the year. Little high and outside there, 2-1 count now, 1 out. Schroll looking to get back in the strike zone now, get this count all evened up. That one again too high. And Moore really doing a great job of laying off those pitches. Schroll really needing to throw one close to the zone now. That one's strike two. Great spot out of Schroll. 3-2 count now. Full count for Sanchez up to bat. We'll see what she does with it. Big swing and a catch from Archuleta. Looks like it might have hit the ground first, but nevertheless still makes the play. Archuleta with a great grab to get the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up number 14, Camden Shepard. Shepard so far today, she was hit by the pitch. I think on her second pitch was on her right shoulder last time she was up. So she's probably looking to be able to get some pitches here. So that ball is a little too outside for ball one. One oh the count, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. So that ball's inside, but called for a ball. Shepard, we've already seen, not afraid to take a pitch, so she did not shy away from that one. Cougars lead 4-3 here, almost to the halfway point of game one. She fouls off that one back to the net. Again, Division Street unharmed by any foul balls yet here today. And that's going to bring Schroll and Shepard to a 2-1 battle with 2 outs here. Eagles looking to make some more momentum like they did to start this game, take the wind out of the sails of the Cougars. As that one, Shepard fouls off again. 2-2 count. We got twos all the way around. Two count now for Shepard. That ball low and outside, good chase spot, but Shepard again, the Eagles hitters just not biting on those low pitches. So full count, 2 outs here. Someone's got to give on this pitch, so we'll see what happens here. That one, strike 3, a huge strikeout for Schroll as she gets the Cougars out of it. And we're going to see what they can do here, coming back up to the plate in the bottom of the fourth. So we'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network. back here on the Cougar Sports Network. A great outing from Schroll out on this in the circle for the Cougars. And now they're getting another opportunity here to make some more damage. Number 25, Alyssa Contopoulos up to bat. Contopoulos, her last time up. She was walked and was able to score a run off of that. As that one's outside, and strike one from Duff. Duff really working in the lower part of the zone, really honing in on her curve and her drop ball. The umpire giving some calls and some not, as Contopoulos is going to swing at that one and pop it up to Ott at first. So she's going to be out on that one, as now Olivia Stroker comes up to bat.
Up to bat for the Cougars, number 11, Olivia Stroker.
Stroker, last time up to bat, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. As she looks at ball one. The freshman out of St. Louis, Missouri, starting in center today, has done a great job so far defensively and is ready to do some work here on the offensive side. She swings at that one, fouls it off. One's across the board now for Stroker. That one gets her swinging. 1-2 count. One-two count now. Duff wanting to take some momentum back for her Eagles to get back to the plate, as that is strike three looking. And Stroker's going to strike out again. And that's going to bring the top of the lineup back around with Emily Garcia.
Up to the bat for the Cougars, number 22, Emily
Garcia so far today, 1 for 2. Hit a ball right back at Duff to get that offense really rolling. And Garcia having an incredible freshman year at second. She looks at ball one. Has made some incredible plays so far. Had some Sports Center top 10 type of plays out at second base. And last weekend against St. Norbert went 5 for 7 at the plate. That one, she hits back up the middle again, but right to Duff, and she's going to field it cleanly to get the out. So no. Apologies, technical difficulties here on the Cougar Sports Network. We've got 4 home games here at Concordia. So a lot of stuff going on, and technical issues are bound to happen when we're spread so thin. So apologies to those watching. Odajewski grounded out to second base. So we've got 1 out now. 1 strike here on Fields. So nothing too crazy missed out on. As Schroll is still working out there in the top of the 5th. That ball, perfect placement. She's going to foul that off on the top of the dugout. Still rolling, and it's fallen down for Archuleta. That one took a minute. 0-2 count now for Fields. For our Cougar fans at home, everything that you want to see today can be found at youtube.com/CUC Sports. Lots of action going on all day long, as that ball's again fouled off by Fields, picked up by Archuleta. Men's lacrosse played this morning at 11 a.m. We got baseball is going on right now, taking on Marion, as that one again is fouled off. We've got track and field out at Elmhurst University today for the Chicagoland Championships. Men's tennis at Milwaukee School of Engineering. And tonight, men's volleyball hosting senior night for their senior David Vales in Geisman Gymnasium. So a lot of action today for Cougar Athletics, as that ball is going to be high for ball one. Good spot, though. Good idea there from Schroll, but Fields seasoned and not wanting to take that pitch after she's had a couple of good fouls. That ball, good spot there again, fouling off. Fields not giving up. Now going into her 7th pitch of this at-bat. Schroll has been very lucrative in the circle today. 37 strikes on 60 pitches. 2-2 count now. Two count now. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Is that ball? It's going to get field swinging. Archuleta over to first. Hajic is going to miss the throw. It's going to trickle behind. So Fields is on an error from Archuleta. Actually, that one's going to be ruled a single. Probably wasn't going to get Fields anyways with how fast she was getting down that line. That's going to bring up Elizabeth Malarski. Malarski so far today is 0 for 1. She did have a sacrifice, though, to get the Eagles going in the top of the 1st. As she looks at strike 1 on the inside corner. That ball's going to be strike 2. Some great spots from Schroll. She goes 0-2 with 1 out here. Malarski, not sure if she wanted to go after that pitch. A little bit borderline, but now she's 0-2 and going to have to fight off what she can find. As that one's going to be tipped off into left field, and it's going to drop. Contopoulos is going to pick it up, but not before Malarski and Fields advance a base. So the Eagles looking to strike yet again. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. As number 16, Hebert, comes up to bat. Again, as we mentioned before, Hebert, one of the most dangerous hitters in this Eagles lineup. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout here from head coach Sarah O'Malley Fisher. Pack stands today. Looks like we have President Dr. Don in the stands as well. Nice to see him out here today enjoying some sunny Cougar athletics. A lot of family and friends out at Cougar Field. It's been cold and rainy lately, so I think everybody's just happy to be out in the sunshine yet again. As Coach Sarah O'Malley Fisher is leaving the circle, and the Cougars are getting ready here to go after Hebert. Hebert so far today, 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run. So she's already seen a little bit out of Schroll. So we'll see what type of adjustments are made. That ball way too far outside for a strike. That one in there for strike 1. As Schroll again has really been owning that outside corner on these right-handed hitters. But again, not afraid to go inside as well. Her horizontal movement has just been exceptional today. That one too far outside as Gang pops up, takes a look at the runners. We got Fields on second, Malarski on first. 1 out here for the Eagles in the top of the 5th. Again, Cougars still leading 4-3 after a electric bottom of the 3rd. That one's going to be too high. Gang throwing over to Santos, maybe to catch Fields off guard. Fields goes back, so 3-1 count now, exactly where Hebert wants to be. Schroll not looking to give her anything too sweet, but still wanting to get the out here. That one's called ball 4. And didn't seem like the runners knew for a second, so the Eagles now have the bases loaded with Ott coming up to bat. Ott so far today, 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. Again, she was a part of that first 2 innings of offense for the Eagles that got them the lead. That ball outside for Schroll. One 0 now, the count to Ott. That pitch high, going out into left center, and it's going to drop. Everybody's going to advance 1 base, so now we're all tied up again as Ott gets the ball right in the gap. It's now a 4-4 ball game. We are all evened up with Hoffman coming up. Hoffman 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. But Hoffman, not afraid of hitting runners in. She's got 7 RBIs on the year. We'll see where Schroll goes after her here. Strike 1 on the outside. Again, honing in on that spot. That pitch inside, over towards the Edgewood dugout. Everybody gets out of the way. 0-2 count now. Schroll way ahead on Hoffman, but Hoffman showing she's not afraid to swing either. Schroll winded up. That one's going to be fouled back. Good work out of Hoffman to foul that one off. Our umpire behind the plate today has really liked that outside corner, so smart on her to foul off what she doesn't like. 0-2 count, 1 out here. Bases are juiced for the Eagles in the top of the 5th. Fouled off again towards the Cougars dugout. Again, another great job out of Hoffman to get that ball out of there. Not called strike 3, but not quite hit either. That ball inside, a great spot from Ashley Schroll. Arissa Santos giving a little jump in the air out of excitement to get that strikeout, and now the Cougars are going to have 2 outs here with the bases loaded. Looks like we might have a pinch hitter, and we do. Number 13, Lily Mabs, a freshman out of Dyer, Indiana. Mabs so far this year, 1.11 batting average, 1 hit out of 9 at-bats, 1 run scored.
13 for 2.
Mabs in a huge situation in her freshman year here. Big opportunity for her to do some real damage on the Cougars. Two outs here in the top of the 5th. 4-4 ball game now. We're all evened up with the pinch hitter Mabs up to bat. She swings at the first one she sees. Oh, 1 count here, 2 outs. That one, great pitch out of Schroll. Some down movement there on the outside corner. 0-2, way ahead. As Mabs looking to make some damage, but has to find her pitch here with 2 outs. Ball way outside, but Gang was looking maybe to pick off at first base, but decided not to. 1-2 count now with 2 outs for Mabs. That pitch up in the air. And that one's going to drop as 2 runs are going to score for the Eagles. Some pandemonium out there in left field. And that's going to be detrimental to the Cougars as 2 more runs are going to score. That ball's going to be in there for strike one on Sanchez. Now Eagles leading 6-4 in the top of the fifth after some Cougar miscues. That pitch, beautiful out of Schroll. She is ready to take care of business here. Way ahead again. Sanchez so far today, 1 for 2. Again, she hit that home run in her first at-bat. Great spot from Schroll, but just outside. Great look from her and Sanchez to hold off on that pitch. 1-2 count, now 2 outs. Eagles have runners on second and third. That one's going to be strike 3. Taking care of business, but the Eagles, 3 runs, 3 hits, and 2 left on base. They lead 6-4 now. We'll see what the Cougars can do as they come into the bottom of the fifth here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back on the Cougar Sports Network, the Edgewood Eagles just had a incredible top of the fifth, and now Cougars looking to come back as the Eagles lead 6-4. Goldsby to start off. She looks at strike one. Goldsby so far today, 1 for 2 with a run scored. She had a beautiful bunt for a hit in that bottom of the third offensive action out of the Cougars. She swings at that one, fouls it off. 0-2 now the count. Bottom of the fifth here. That one's going to be strike 3. Duff with some great movement out of that pitch to get Goldsby looking as Edgewood continues to work off of that momentum in the fifth. And now Melissa Hajik coming up to bat now for the Cougars. First pitch strike. Duff really working her stuff now, really honing in on the zone again. Back on the Cougar Sport Networks again. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Melissa Hajik popped up to our new third baseman, Mabs, who pinch hit and scored those 2 runs for the Eagles. And now Jessica Gang is up to bat. Gang is 2 for 2 so far with 2 RBIs, so really seeing the ball well. She swings at that one to make it 0-2. 0-2 count now with 2 outs here. Duff taking her momentum from her hitters and really making it work out there on the mound for her. She swings at that one again, foul. Oh, 2 count now, 2 outs for Gang at the plate. That ball's going to be too high. Duff trying to get that high strike chase, or that high ball chase from Gang, but she just doesn't bite. That's going to be a ball as well. Low in the dirt, 2's across. We're entirely even now in this at-bat, so let's see what Gang can do. As she swings at that one, that's in the gap. Right center, it's going to drop. Gang's going to have herself a 3-for-3 day so far. Been absolutely seeing the ball in the best way possible. And that's going to bring up Santos. Santos, 0 for 1 today with a strikeout and a hitch by pitch. Santos last year, NAC All-Conference. So not afraid to take on conference opponents as Duff quickly gets working. Strike on the outside corner. Santos ready to work in the box now. Ball in the dirt, but Heber behind the plate, scooping that ball up and not allowing Gang to advance. 1-1 count now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. The Eagles still lead 6-4, so Cougars looking to pop up in some more offense. That ball's outside. They try for a pickoff, not quite. Gang gets back just in time. 2-1 count now with 2 outs. Good eye out of Santos, right by the borderline part of the upper part of the zone, but lets it go. 3-1. This is her at bat now with 2 outs here as Duff is working very quickly in the circle. Santos is going to swing at that one over to short. It's going to be fielded cleanly and a great scoop out of hot to end the inning. So again, the Cougars are stopped. But they are going to have another opportunity here shortly. But the Eagles going to come back up to the plate in the top of the 6th. So we'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back to the Cougar Sports Network. A little bit of a Cougar defensive change. Outfielders moved around a bit. We've got Stroker in left, Goldsby in center, and Kantopoulos in right. Just some small movements. Nobody in or out now as Schroll fires in. Strike 1 to number 14, Shepard. Shepard so far today 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a hit by pitch. She swings at that one over to shortstop at Santos, and Santos is going to bobble it. And she's going to be safe on an error off of Santos. And that's going to bring up number 1, Odajewski. Odajewski 0 for 1 today. Did have a sacrifice, though, earlier in this game. She's going to look to roll the order back around to the top. And a good spot for the Eagles. She's going to bunt that one straight up in the air. Jessica Gang's going to catch it. So some good work there. Getting a quick out. As now the top of the order with number 10, Fields, coming back up. Fields having a great day at the plate, 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Again, very consistent hitting out of the Eagles in the top of their lineup. She's going to swing at the first one she sees. Hajik is going to get it for an unassisted over at first base. And Shepard's going to move to second on that play. So now, runner on second for the Eagles, 2 outs here. As number 7, Malarski comes up to bat. 1 for 2 so far today with 1 run scored. She's going to look to continue. It looks like we're going to have a little bit of a conversation. Looks like we might have a sub, possibly. Shepard's still over at second. Looks like this might be a pinch running situation. We're going to have a pinch runner out there for Shepard, number 5. Grace Bognet, freshman out of De Pere, Wisconsin, going out to run for Shepard as Malarski steps in. Strike 1 out of Schroll. She's really feeling that speed now. 0-1 the count, 2 outs here. With a runner on second, 2 outs for the Eagles. Are looking to tack on some more to their runs. So that one's going to be a little too high for ball 1. 1-1 count now, 2 outs. Great pitch from Stroll. That's going to pop out into left field, and Stroker's going to catch it. So that's going to end it for the Eagles. Cougars coming back up to bat. Only 1 left on base for the Eagles. We'll see if they can take the lead back here in the bottom of the 6th here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back on the Cougar Sports Network, bottom of the 6th here. We've got Bella Archuleta up to bat.
Up to bat for the Cougars, number 1, Bella Archuleta.
She's going to start us off here for the Cougars as they look to get back in this game. 6-4. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network. Apologies for the delay there on the audio. Having some technical difficulties here at Cougar Field. Eagles still lead 6-4, as you've seen on your screen. We've got Heber, who just hit a single to shortstop. Santos made a great diving play, but just not in time to catch Hebert. We've got Grace Ott up to bat, 1-1 count, no outs. As that ball's outside for ball 2, 2-1 now. Again, Cougar fans, action all day long. Baseball's playing Marion right now, just beyond center field. And tonight we've got men's volleyball versus Marion for senior day. As Ott hits that one, and that is long gone. Long gone. Ott hits one out. That's a 2-run homer for her. As the Eagles take an 8-4 lead here in the top of the 7th. Huge swing out of Ott. Some great work from the Eagles here to come back in this game. Ashley Schroll still working out on the mound here on the top of the 7th. And that's going to bring up Hoffman. Hoffman 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts so far today. So Schroll looking to bounce back from that home run. Swings at the first pitch she sees. That's fouled off, but maybe playable. But it's going to fall just before the fence. Division Street has been left unharmed all day. No cars hit by any foul balls. 0-1 the count now. No outs here in the top of the 7th. As she swings at that one, lines it to left field. It's going to drop in front of Stroker. But that's going to be a base hit. And it looks like head coach Sarah O'Malley Fisher might be looking to make a pitching change here. Pitching change now for the Cougars. As number 18, Megan Buska is going to go out and Ashley Schroll is going to come out. So we're going to take a little bit of a break here. But we'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back on the Cougar Sports Network, Megan Buska coming in to pitch for the Cougars, and Mabs up to bat. Buska, a freshman out of Plainfield, Illinois. She has first pitch swinging over to Garcia at second, and she's going to get a double play, a great play from the freshman Garcia. Some great work there. And now we're going to have Sanchez up to bat. Already some great works from both freshmen, Buska and Garcia. Buska so far 6.30 ERA, but a 2-1 win-loss. She gets another swing, 6-3 out, and that is some quick work out of Buska. And we're going to head to the bottom of the 7th. Cougars got a lot of work to do, but this is the time to do it. So we'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back to the Cougar Sports Network. Bottom of the 7th here. Eagles lead 8-4. This is going to be the Cougars' last chance here to walk it off in game 1 of today's doubleheader. So we'll see where we're going. We got top of the lineup here for the Cougars with Emily Garcia. Garcia so far today 1 for 3. She looks at strike 1. From our new pitcher on the mound, Malarski. Malarski was the DP and has now come in to pitch. Malarski, 2.14 ERA, best ERA on the staff, 8 appearances, 19.2 innings pitched, as Garcia goes 0-2 here on the count. And Malarski with a 6 strikeout to 5 walk average, so she's just looking to get the closeout here in this game. That ball's outside for ball 1. 1-2 count now for Garcia. She's going to swing at that one. That's going to be a base hit up the middle. Great piece of hitting from Garcia to hopefully get something started here. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Goolsby. It's going to be number 27, Julia Pataluna. Julia Pataluna is a freshman out of Commerce City, Colorado. As she takes the first ball in this at-bat. Pataluna, 267 batting average so far this year. She's had 15 at-bats. So we're having a conversation here with the umpire and head coach of the Eagles. The umpire did not come over to Edgewood to give that pinch hitting change. So now all is well as Pataluna comes back in. She has a 1 double on the season, 4 hits and 3 RBIs. So looking to get this offense rolling again for the Cougars. And that's strike 1 there from Malarski. One and one count here, no outs. As Pataluna's gonna drop that one into right field for a base hit. And that's gonna get the Cougars really moving now. And now it looks like we're gonna have a re-enter for herself is Goldsby over at first for Pataluna. Looks like we're going to have a timeout as well out there with Edgewood. The Cougars first and second with their runners now in the bottom of the 7th. They've got to score at least 5 to walk this game off. They've shown that they can put up a lot of runs in one inning. In the bottom of the 3rd is when they took the lead in this game with 4 runs scored. And that started with this part of the lineup. So again, not something that the Cougars are not afraid to do. So everybody's going to go back to their spots here. Both coaches for the Eagles coming out to talk to their infield and their pitcher. And now Melissa Hajik going to step in. Garcia on second. Goldsby at first. Coming in for pinch hitter Pataluna. As Hadzik looks at strike 1. No outs still here in the bottom of the 7th. She's going to swing at that one. Flared into right field. It's going to get caught. Garcia's going to try and advance to 3rd, and she's going to make it. Everybody's going to be safe. So Hajik doing her job to move the runners, as now we're going to have Jessica Gang come up to bat.
For the Cougars, number 12, Jessica Gang.
Jess Gang, super consistent today so far. As she looks at strike 1. Gang, a perfect 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. This is exactly who you want up right now. She's going to pop that one up into left field, and the shortstop, Shepard's going to catch that. So that is a huge sigh of relief for the Eagles, as now 2 outs. Cougars still have runners in scoring position with Arissa Santos up. She's going to look at strike 1 here. Santos 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a hit by pitch. So Santos wanting to get her first hit of the day here in game 1. She's going to swing at that one and foul it back. Again, Division Street unharmed yet again. 0-2 the count with 2 outs. Malarski really, really working well in the circle. She's going to swing at that and foul that one off as well. Oh, to the count still. 2 outs here for Santos. Malarski, ball outside. Tried to spin a changeup there, but kind of just lost her grip. Still not a bad miss out of Malarski. 1-2 count now to Santos. Swing from Santos, fouls it back. She's staying alive here. She goes into pitch 6 of this at-bat. We got Goldsby and Garcia on 2nd and 3rd respectively here. Cougars need to stay alive in the bottom of the 7th. That one's finally going to go out to Division Street. Out of our sight, so don't think any cars hit yet. And Santos stays alive for another pitch, really just looking for what she wants. She's going to flare that one, but it's going to be foul. Just to the left of that line. Santos really having a quality at bat right now. This is going to be pitch number 8 of her at bat. She is not ready to go down easy. And it's a good thing to see out of the sophomore from California. Malarski quick to start. And Santos is going to launch that one. It's going to be over the head of Odajewski. And that's going to be a double. And the Cougars stay alive. Because Santos was not ready to go down easy. And now Bella Archuleta up to bat. As the Cougars trail by only 2 now, 8-6.
Cougars number 1, Bella Archuleta.
Archuleta so far today. 1 for 3 with an RBI. As she looks at ball 1. That one's going to be low in the dirt as well for ball 2. 2-0 the count now. Santos on second now after she clears the bases. Big swing at Archuleta in the left, but just caught. A great hit from the senior. And that's going to end it for game 1 here at Cougar Field. We'll get you your stat lines here in just a second. Great work out of all of those out to there today. Winning pitcher is going to be Duff. Losing pitcher going to be Ashley Schroll. Edgewood, 8 runs on 10 hits. Cougars 6 on 10 hits and 3 errors. And Edgewood's going to take game 1 here, but don't go anywhere. We are going to come back in just about 20 to 30 minutes for game 2 of this doubleheader, and I'll be back right here on the call with you. Want to give a quick shout out to our production crew today, Amaya Martin and Sydney Lloyd. I've been Sydney Pulaskis-Laher, and we'll be right back in a couple of minutes for game 2 of this doubleheader here on the Cougar Sports Network.